I just had a Mars bar. Mars bars? Mars bars? Hello number ones, welcome back to my channel. This is the Metatron speaking, and I gotta talk to you because I had a good idea. You see, to cut a long story short, let's see if I can make it short. I have a problem with 3 of my videos. Well, I got a problem with 2 of my videos, and I'm quite happy with 1. So let's talk about these very quickly, and I'll tell you what idea I had. Here's the thing. I made a video, and it's a video about the evolution of armor from 1066 to 1485. And this video took me 6 days of work, and I'm talking about over 50-60 hours of work to produce. Now, that was not a problem at all because the video actually got quite a lot of views, but the reason why it got a lot of views is because the guys at Warhorse Studio actually shared it on their page. Now, there are 2 videos instead that I made that also took a similar amount of work, and namely the video about the Black Death and the plague in medieval times, and the recent video made about the alien warriors, and sort of speculative scientific video. Well, these 2 videos actually didn't get as many views, unfortunately, particularly the one about Black Death. To my astonishment, I gotta say, it being a historical video, but I only got like around, I think it's around 20 or 30k views. I think 20k views. Now, why is this a problem? This is a problem because if a video of mine gets like 20k views, it means that it's basically making me earn around, I am not sure, maybe $12, $10, something like that. Okay, we're around $12. Now you can imagine that 60 hours of work, it need a certain level of justification, because otherwise YouTube becomes a hobby, and a hobby means that I need to give priority to any kind of work, any kind of activity which can bring income, revenue, because not because I'm trying to be greedy, but because I'm an independent man and I'm not a boy, so I need to make money in order to pay for my rent, pay for my food, etc. Now, of course, I'm also a teacher, but that already takes quite a lot of my time. So whenever I have free time, if I need to put it into a hobby, it's fine, but I can't do it for longer than a certain amount of time. So I've been thinking, how can I continue making very well scripted, organized, planned and researched videos, regardless of this randomness, regardless of this thing that happens that you don't know if the video is going to get like 200k views, hence justifying the amount of time that I spent in it, making it and researching it, or if it's going to just get 20k views, 12k views, and then I'm going to make like $6 for 60 hours of work. So I found a way, and I think it's through Patreon. Now, what do I mean by that? From now on, every month, probably on the 30th of each month, pretty much 30th, 31st, depending on the month, I will upload a Patreon only video, which will be uploaded on the Patreon website. Now, backers, people who support me, my patrons, will have access to this video. Now, any Patreon will have access to this video, meaning that you can get access to this special video that I will make just for $1 a month. Okay, you don't need to. I'm not going to put it behind a $5, $10, $20 paywall. No, $1 so that anyone can afford it. So why do I think this is a good idea? And am I not in a way penalizing those people who can't or simply don't want to support me on Patreon? Well, no, because this is the thing. I've been thinking about this. My YouTube content creation will not be altered in any way. So those of you who don't want to or can't support me on Patreon, nothing will change for you. You will still get the same amount of videos, ideally 2 to 3 a week. This is the amount of videos that I've decided after this holidays is over I'd like to get published. So same kind of quality, everything, but I will always be working on the background for a whole month into one big project, which will get a very good documentary style video that I will be publishing on the 30th of each month on Patreon. But in order to make sure that you get what you want and you don't, like, for example, end up supporting me for $1 and then maybe I make a video that you're not interested in, on a topic you're not interested in, I will be releasing a teaser video on YouTube, which will give you a sort of 20 to 30 seconds trailer, maybe 1 minute trailer of the sort of topic and video video that I'm producing for Patreon only supporters, and therefore you might decide, for example, oh, I really like this September idea because he's talking about the late Roman Empire and I'm really interested into that, so I am going to back him up and support his work, meaning my work, with $1 this month, and then I'll cancel. Okay, so you don't have to continue supporting me if perhaps the following month you see that on the 20th of October, perhaps I say that I'm going to talk about Japanese castles and samurai and specific defenses in the 16th century, 15th century, perhaps you're not interested in that, and so you can decide which of these videos you wish to support. People who already support me on Patreon will have immediate access to this, and people who wish to start supporting me now, well, they will gain access to these special videos. Now, I know that some of you are really supportive towards me, you really like my content, and I really thank you from the bottom of my heart. But before you run, those of you who wish to do this, before you run there and, because of your generosity, decide to actually support me with $10, $15 or $20, which I know that some of you actually do, and I really appreciate, please stop for a moment. And I know that what I'm about to say might sound really crazy. You might think like, why are you saying this? You're going against yourself. But actually pause, unless you have like a really good salary and you can afford it easily. If you only have like $20 or $15 or $10, whatever, and you are thinking that you want, because you're generous, you want to give this money for me to me on Patreon, please don't, and just give me $1. The reason why I'm saying this is because in a few days I will launch the Metatron merchandise, meaning that there will be through Teespring, an online shop where you can get all sorts of stuff from Metatron merchandise. So you can get Metatron t-shirts, hoodies, lots of things, pictures, posters, cups, mugs, socks, pillows, everything, you name it. So I don't want people who only have, for example, $15 because, I don't know, their parents gave them this money or whatever, you've just had a little extra. I don't want you to just give me this money on Patreon because but you didn't know about the merchandise, and then you see the merchandise and you're like, oh no, now I'm sad because I wanted to get a t-shirt but I can't because I've already given them the money. So don't do that, just wait for the merchandise if that's the case. I know that this is not really business oriented talk, but I'm talking to you as a brother, and I want you to be happy that if you had a little bit of money and you wanted to get a t-shirt, then save that money for that and just give me $1 if you like the idea of the monthly Patreon video. And at the end of the day, I think it's a nice thing because, again, it allows me to produce high quality content, justify the time to research for such content while still making my normal uploads on my YouTube channel as usual. And really, all you need to do as noble ones is to basically buy me a coffee every month, if that's something that you like, of course. If you like this idea, please take it into consideration. If you don't, no problem, no hard feelings. I'm still happy that you give me the views you give me on my channel anyway, so you're already supporting me, and I really appreciate that. Of course, link in the description below to the Patreon page if you wish to do this, because this month, on the 30th of September, I will be releasing a Patreon supporters only special video. They will all be historical. I don't think I will make linguistic ones. I think I'll just go historical most of the times, with perhaps some linguistic insights within a mostly historical video. Patreon is a very solid platform. You don't have to do it every month. You can do it once and cancel it. It's very simple to use, no worries about that. And of course, if there is anything you're not sure how to cancel something, a subscription or anything, you can always contact the Patreon support, and they do answer, are very, very cool guys. Okay, noble ones, it was a very quick video. Thank you so much for the. By the way, today is cold. Like, we've got 15 degrees here in Czech Republic. Well, give me a break. I'm a southern Italian and I'm used to 30, 35. It's freezing cold for me. It was raining as well. Okay, well, let me know what you think of this idea. If it's something that you think is good, if you think I'm full of it, I don't know, anything, no problem. I accept criticism. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you in the comments below, of course. Thank you so much for watching, as always. And remember, the Metatron has spread his wings. Goodbye. Roma invicta.